Hey everybody, this is the Fish Hoots coming at you again. Today I'm going to do a video on horseshoe nails. No, I don't have a horse, but I'm going to do a video on the nails and the uses for it. And we're going to go through some weapons, some traps, and some art that can be done with horseshoe nails. I hadn't seen a whole lot of video on this, so I thought I would try it. I'm going to send a lot of information real fast. You guys can come up with all kind of ideas, I'm sure. But this one right here is just called the 5 Slim. Man, this thing comes in about probably 15 different sizes, maybe even more than that, I'm not sure. But I'm just going to go over some quick ideas and tips that I think that guys might find handy. The first one on weapons is take for primitive archery, you can take your flu arrows and make a field tip. You can just put 2 nails inside of an arrow shaft. Even if it's solid wood, like this is cane, but if it's solid wood, the nails are slim. They don't break wood open very, as like regular big nails do. It don't split the wood open, so they slide right in together. So you can make a pretty good field tip out of that. It's got some weight to it. I think it takes small game. And also, you could take and make one maybe a small game, or I would say maybe a fishing type arrow. All I did was heat it up and bring the nail out the side of the piece of cane. Put a little bit of wrapping around it. I think that would do good as far as a barb fishing type arrow. And also, if maybe like a gig, you could take maybe like I did right here on 4 of them. This is just a long piece of cedar, and I just cut down a little shelf right here so that they would set outward just like that right there, and tied them in with some wax thread, and that makes a really strong, quick, fast gig if you need it to, like maybe for a frog gig. And also, maybe if you wanted to try your hand at fishing, this one here is actually made on the other end of the gig, but this one is made with black locust thorns. All it is the piece of wood that's split open. It's got a little wedge right here. And what you could do, I think, is just take these nails and replace these barbs about 3 or 4 rows. And then that way you couldn't tear it up, I don't think. I think that would work real good. Just replace the black locust with the horseshoe nails, like I say, maybe about 3 or 4 deep. And I think it would be indestructible then. And I guess one of the last things on weaponry is something like this right here. It's just a alittle. I'll take a piece of wood and cut it down, and right here on the end you can just take the horseshoe nail and drive it in on an angle. That way you could take your dart, put it in right there like that, so it would have the support in the rear, and up here at the front, like I did there, you can just drive in 2 of them, and once you put the dart in the back, you could use that right there just for it to rest on. I'm having a hard time seeing this, guys. I don't have a screen to see what I'm doing here, so I'm just trying to stay in front of the camera. So you could do it like that right there at the back. Just a piece of wood carved down real quick for an alittle. Wouldn't have to have the leather thong or anything, just the support. Kind of another idea for a quick weapon. And also, as far as weaponry, like you can do, people that do the flint knapping, of course these right here are just glass, but the people that flint knap always mostly use the copper for the pressure flaker to take the chips off. So another way you could do the horseshoe nail is to do this, like this right here. Now I'm just using a rubber band on this one so I can show you guys. But all it is replaceable. All you have to do is heat the nail up, put it in there and burn it in, and then wrap it back up, and it'll hold that in place. Let me show you that one more time. All it is heat it up, takes the shape of the nail real good. You can wrap that back up and use that for the pressure flaker for the notches, for the arrow, for the tiny little notches right here, to where you use the sinew and attach it to the arrow shaft. And you can also make one like this, which is a little more modern. It's replaceable too. You just take this off the back, and it's got a little piece of wood right here. You just pull that out, push the nail out the front. When it gets dull, put a new nail back in. This just keeps pressure on it, and then you can screw this right back in. And this has a little piece of clear tubing on it, so it don't hurt your hand. And you can use that the same as this or this for the pressure flaker. So the horseshoe nail works good for that too. And also, you can also heat up the horseshoe nail, of course, and make holes, which does a really good job. You heat it up, you can put it right through leather, just like that. Makes a real good round hole. This is bamboo. If you wanted to make like some bird traps, flute maybe, it burns holes really nice through bamboo, so you can do that. And they will harden somewhat. You can heat them up cherry red, like you if you was going to harden a knife blade and dip it in water. They will take some hardness, and you could do something like this. You could take and harden this nail up, and well, actually put a little edge on it first, harden it up, and then you can make a bow drill. Put this in and make a, I mean not a bow drill, but a hand drill, and drill some holes in shell, like this piece of shell here, for necklaces and fishing lures, and you know, stuff that's hard to drill like that right there. It would make a nice little hole just like that right there. So that's kind of neat for it to work too. So some traps. I'm not indicating any one trap, but I was wanting to show you a few triggers, actually, not so much as the traps, but actual triggers itself. And right here is one of them. Let's see if I can tell if you guys are seeing this. Anyway, these are not working models. They're actually working triggers though. Right here is what I was wanting to show you guys. Is these horseshoe nails could be in between two trees. Don't matter how wide. You could use this piece right here any width you need. But this could be a good trap for going in either direction. You could funnel it from either side, and you can tell when it went through this way, it would push it up. And I'm using this just to represent the engine, which would be a tree or sapling or so forth, something like that on all of these. But you could see where it could work in either direction. As soon as it went through the noose, it would pull up and tighten up. So that's one way to work for the horseshoe nails. A very quick trap trigger. Two of them put in two trees. That's it. Let's see if I can get this one in here. This one will work very similar. This is representing the engine again, and here's your noose, which is not working. This is going to be donated to the Boy Scouts so they can check it out. But this is one of the quickest ones. All you need is just a little peg with your engine, which would be a sapling or a piece of rubber just like this right here, or maybe a slingshot rubber. But you could take the horseshoe nail right here, maybe bend the tip up just a little bit, maybe put a marshmallow or something like that on there, and all you got to do is notch this little peg, tie it around, and just tie a loop right there. And then when it's moved one way or another, it pops right out from here and pulls up the noose. Like I say, the noose are not working because it's just for showing the trigger. Real easy to set. Just put that right back through there, set it right on top of your peg. Let's reset again, set the noose, put the bait on there in either direction. It comes off the peg, boom, goes up. And the last one, if I can get this one in here, the last one right here as far as the trap trigger, this one is just two nails. This right here could be just any tree. It's got one nail nailed into the tree. This is nothing but a key ring and one extra nail, and all I did was make the bend right here and put it right in the split. And all you got to do right here is the engine again with the rubber. So simple. You just set it in there just like that, have the bait wrapped around right here, and when they try to pull the bait, boom, up it goes. That's simple, nothing to it. Easy to set. And the thing about when you put it in the tree this away or this away, that I was telling you, the different shape of the head, you can use the flat side down here on this to make it more sensitive, or you can turn it over to where the angle is down and more rounded, and it would make it more sensitive. And same way with this one right here. If this one right here on the bottom, if you have the flat side on the bottom, it'd be more sensitive, easier to pull off. Or if you have the angular part down, it gives it a little bit of friction right there to be a little bit less sensitive to when they pull it off and it comes up. So just something to think about. Wanted to show you guys that. Something as easy as that. And the last thing is some art. You see a lot of the guys in the primitive and survival columns and YouTube videos, they have a lot of these right here. It's art that they're making with the horseshoe nails, which are the crosses. It's a really cool thing, and it's made out of 4 of the horseshoe nails that's bent and wrapped with copper wire or different colors wire. So is this something for you to think about? Something easy to carry? You can do something like this right here. Stick a couple of them in your hat band, several of them in your backpack or even in your pocket, and come up with your own ideas. They can be used for just about everything. I mean, it's just unlimited. So I hope this video helped someone, give you some ideas. Hope everyone has a great day. See you later.